All right, we're continuing with our notes here. We talked about adding expressions last time. This time we're going to subtract linear expressions. So here are some helpful tips here. When we're subtracting, we can add the opposite of each term in that second expression. To find the opposite, you can multiply it by -1. So let me show you an example here. The thing that's different than last notes is we're subtracting expressions instead of adding them. And what that means is I'm taking -5y plus 2, I'm subtracting 13n, and I'm also subtracting -7. So let's write that out. -5y plus 2, we never ever change that first expression. That's just the first one we're subtracting from. Now I'm going to subtract 13y and I'm going to subtract -7. So you know how I hate seeing that double negative. I'm going to rewrite it and I'm going to change that to adding 7. Now I'm going to circle my like terms. -5y, -13y gives me -18y. And then I'm going to take my constant terms of 2 and 7 and add them to get 9. So my answer is going to be, let's get a nice bright yellow, -18y plus 9. Okay, so the original directions, though, told us this. It said to take, let's see, I didn't leave myself much room, the first expression and add the opposite of each term in the second expression. So we could have done it this way. What if I erase this right here? I don't know. Okay. If we did -5y plus 2, and instead of subtracting, we added the opposite of this one, added -13y, and added the opposite of -7, which is +7. Look how we're going to end up with the same answer. I'm just showing you both ways because I don't really care which way you do it as long as you get it right, huh? I still have -18y and 9. Got the same answer whether you subtract each term in that second expression or if you add the opposite of each term in that second expression, because that's the same thing. Adding the opposite and subtracting, those are the same. I'm just going to kind of skip over this vertical method because I really don't like it. It'll save time. All right, this next one, here we go. We're going to take the first expression, not change anything about it, and then I'm going to subtract each thing in parentheses. So I'm going to subtract -b and subtract +12. Anytime I have a double negative, I'm rewriting it with adding a positive. And now I can just circle my like terms. I have a b and another b to get 2b. And then I have a -3 and a -12. So all the negatives are on all the points are on the negative side, so -15. That would be my simplified answer. The next one has some distributing that we need to do first in this first one. So we're going to make it 3d plus, what's 3 times 4.5? I am going to use my calculator for that. It is 13.5. And then I'm going to subtract 2d and subtract 4. So subtract 2d and subtract 4. Now I can go and circle my like terms. 3d and -2d, make 1d, or I can just write d. I don't have to write the 1 in front of it. In fact, we don't like to write the 1 in front of it. We don't need to. And I have 13.5 minus 4, which is what, 9.5? And that's the answer. And one more example, we have 4r minus 3, which we're not going to change at all. We're going to subtract an r and subtract a -2. And I have that pesky double negative, so I'm going to rewrite that last part as adding 2 and circle my like terms. 4r minus r gives me 3r. And then negative 3 plus 2, the negatives would win by 1. You can see why I like to use the different colors for these problems, just to keep everything straight. All right, let's look at this word problem. The original price of a sweater is $M. You buy the sweater for M minus $3. You decorate the sweater and sell it for 5M minus $7. Write an expression that represents your earnings from buying and selling the sweater. All right, so if you're gonna sell it for 5M minus 7, that's the selling price, you wanna subtract how much it cost you to find out how much you make. So the first expression is how much you sell it for, the second expression is what you paid for it, and the difference is your profit. So I'm going to take that first expression, and then I'm going to subtract the two terms in the second expression, an m and a negative 3. I'm going to rewrite that. I'll go up here. We'll rewrite that. So I have my 5m minus 7 minus m, and then add 3, right? With this double negative, we want to make 3. So we're going to circle the like terms for m and circle the constants for negative 4. That's the simplified version there. And then remember, we had a word problem up here that was actually subtraction, so we saved it. It says, whoa, you earn 6x plus 5 points after completing x levels of a video game. And then you lose, so we have to subtract 8x minus 3 points. Write an expression that shows how many points you have now. So I'm going to take that first expression, and I'm going to subtract both terms in the second expression. I'm going to subtract positive 8x, and I'm going to subtract negative 3. I'm going to write that last part as adding 3. And circle my like terms. 6x minus 8x is negative 2x. And if you don't want to change colors, you could use boxes and circles. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Hopefully you're noticing every single time I include the symbol right in front of the term. So remember that that's a negative 8x. All right, guys, that's it for subtracting linear expressions. Thanks for watching.